People ask me what the difference of students are now compared to the early 70s. And I'd have to explain that today's student at this college know what they want out of life, know where they're going. They have a greater commitment to their education. They find an internship as an experience to get a head start on other graduates from other schools in their chosen professions, instead of seeing it as a way to get out of school for 6 weeks or 3 months. I find that they're more demanding on the teachers, and they're more demanding on the college as a whole. I find their parents are more supportive of what we're trying to do. Parents feel very strongly that their goals for their children are shared by us. And so the parents have a different attitude than 70s, and the students have a different attitude. Very goal-orientated. I find that very positive. We were known as the social campus of Iowa in 74.
The suitcase colleges, to end all suitcase colleges?
Yeah, we would social all week and then go home and party. Yeah.
And that, I mean, in a way, I mean, that I think mirrors what our expectations of the future are. I think that the college as a whole expects more of itself, demands more of itself, everybody, all the way down the line.
Mm-hmm.
That what was okay 10 years ago is
Mm-hmm.
no longer cutting it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that it seems to me that
Mm-hmm.
the next century of this school is one of increasing challenges.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not the challenges brought on by necessarily external kinds of things, the world no longer, but it's the challenges of kind of deciding your own fate, because it seems that, you know, it kind of rests in everyone's hands at this particular point. Is that a fair assessment?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out how to start it. I thought the hardest that I'd ever worked in my life was the first year at this school. I felt the most rewarded of my life the first year in this school. Each year since then, I've become less satisfied with my own work, less rewarded with my own work, because each year I understand better what a great education is. I'm serving my second term on the American Council of Education, the only one on the board to serve 2 terms. First year going to board meetings was so easy, because whatever problem they brought up, I would deal with and work on. Now I realize that most of the issues they bring up are not the real issues of higher education. Many college presidents say to me, "Boy, you've been there a long time. Each year must get easier." And I must say it gets harder and harder. You want so much more to solve the real problems. When you have students that can go, and sometimes we have 60 students that could go to any college in the country coming, another 60, 65 students that could go to 95% of all the schools in the country, and you find 80% of them don't have the minimum skills we want in math or writing. And you say, let's address that first, and then you want to graduate them and make up all the time that you lost in giving them what they should have had in high school. That's depressing. It's depressing. But I'm finding that if we just turn them out with some decent math skills and writing skills and nothing else, they're probably better than most college graduates. But how do we deal with all those separate issues and still maintain an institution of higher education? Trying to correct the issues, or try to correct the, I'm trying to find the word here, trying to if you spend the 4 years that they're in college trying to correct all the things that should have been done before one got to college, you destroy the college age experience. If all students learn to hate to learn by the end of junior high school, and you just want to create in them the new excitement of the joy of learning, then you've got a college happening. But you might not get to senior subjects. You're going to have to trust that this joy will last them all their life, and they'll go beyond it. These issues continually frustrate you because we continually want to do what we're supposed to do starting on day one. Does that get to you what you want?
Anything else? I think I'm out of questions.
We only want 2 minutes anyway, don't we?
Less.
Good. Okay. Okay.
Let me ask you this.
There's some pretty neat stuff there, but there's even some better stuff for us to go out and use it with alumni that I want to work out and do well, and I want to do that in 3 or 4 places on campus. I want to sell the case of the library before we get done. I mean, we've done all of this stuff, and the only deficit that we have is the library, and we could have deficits in dollars, we could have deficits in every place else, and still be a good institution, but we can't library. That's where I want to take this thing.
When we go out on a road.
Yes, yeah. So that's why I wanted to put a different ending than we got here. What's your name?
Jim.
Jim? What year are you?
Senior.
Senior?
Weeks to go.
I've been signing diplomas in my free time.
Oh.
Already?
Uh-huh.
That's a lot of signatures.
Uh-huh. And I try to do every one of them. I wash my hands. I try to clean them up so nothing over the years. Again, some students that I know well, I write them a message on their back. And they will, then we package them, and it may be 50 years before they ever know there's a message back there. Hired the people to do the television for us when they're singing?
I don't know. I'm getting conflicting stories about that. I gotta talk to Stan.
Okay.
And see what he's, I
Well,
told Donna
well-
I can get a ticket, so I haven't gotten a ticket yet, but I can get a ticket,
Anytime.
well, I can get it cheaper at what,
Yeah.
because if I go out, I'll go out Friday or Saturday.
Well, I was thinking of you
Stay.
flying with them and getting, but if you got any students on the choir team, what about, you don't belong to the union?
Oh, no.
You don't ever want to belong to the union? by the
Well, I
sounds
don't
of
think
your
I
voice.
could. I mean, it's not a matter of,
It's not just dollars, huh?
No, no. Well, it could be just dollars, but no. No. To get into the New York unions,
I'm not talking
And
about,
they're locals.
they don't have courtesies to other unions?
I doubt it. What I want to do is after I'm done with it this week is to find out exactly. I mean, if it's just, they're not gonna let you in on the floor, that's one thing, but if I can't even get into to shoot rehearsals, or can't even get in to get the backstage
Mhm.
stuff, you know, as they're getting ready to go out,
Mhm.
we got somebody else taking care of the performance, fine, but if they're not even letting me set foot in the building with a camera, I don't know what I have to see what they're gonna do. So I'm gonna call them and check with them. I'm gonna try and.
You don't want us to make you up a union card?
Yeah,
Make you in the student union?
the student, yeah. And that's not gonna work with them. They're,
I know they're tough. Say, we're paying for one guy that turns the light switch on, one guy that carries the extension cord, and one guy that plugs it in. That's 3 guys. I know that.
yeah.
I've been through that a lot.
That's one reason why I was in the convention business, we never even would think about putting a convention in New York City. Chicago's bad enough. We wouldn't even think of New York City. Never in a million years, because it's awful. But I don't know what a lot of it
If we
depends
don't
on the
have
house.
Carnegie Hall, you covering them singing, there's not much sense to doing this.
Probably not. What I thought about doing though was sending a camera. I've got several students going along. Thought about just sending a camera with them. Then they get But see, then there wouldn't be any, it would be nice to have the document of the, you know, the rehearsals, and they got all kids ready.
Would they not let internships be there?
If they did have an internship.
If we
they
sent out a
wouldn't-
student that's an intern and he's,
They wouldn't let him handle the equipment or do any of that kind of stuff.
okay. I wouldn't either if I was them.
But I'm gonna check on that, because if it is worthwhile, if I can,
What the Carnegie Hall thing does, and the whole fundraising for the library, is we spin off from that into this film, spin off from that, and I'm believable about the greatness of a school, that it's presently here with a deficit on the library, and I can spin from it. It
we're
gives-
doing the concert here before they go.
No, that's not the same.
Well,
Are you filming,
in
are you
video
film,
terms, it is the
are you
same.
filming our April 2nd thing?
Yes,
You're filming that?
yes.
Great, okay, because I want to do something over there. I'm
I
going to ask.
did because I was smart enough to know that someone would ask me on April 1st if I didn't think of it.
Okay.
We'll have a couple.
I'm going to ask all the seniors to come up on stage with us for the whole program. At that time. Because I want them in the picture.
Well, we're gonna have one camera out in the house and one camera's gonna be up on stage.
Oh, great.
It's gonna be like
Okay.
across, so
And
when
you'll
they
be-
bring the
and
cake out.
you'll be able
we
to
get
get
a
all the
shot.
kids on there as things go on?
Well,
Okay.
we'll deal with whatever happens. I mean,
Okay, well, I thought I'd seat them all the way around the front of the stage, some on the steps, and then the rest standing in the back as we have the
Well, we'll
program.
be seeing the backs of some of them from the stage, and then we got the other camera.
Pardon?
We'll be seeing the backs of some of them, you know.
Mhm.
The one reason we put a camera on the stage so we get a shot of the cake when it comes out.
Oh,
That way, everybody else in the house will be able to see it.
up on the screen, huh?
Probably not the big one when the cake comes out, but we'll have a bunch of other screens out there.
Okay. Always to make sure that our handicap spaces are left
Mhm.
for handicapped people, not for TVs.
Mhm.
Okay.
What we're gonna do, what we're trying to do is, for next year, have some platforms built that we can put in,
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
that'll go over
Sure,
a
I
couple
know,
of.
I know exactly what's long legs and short leggers and.
Well, just so that, because, so that the cameras will actually be about stage high.
Mhm.
And then we can just plop them down and you lose a few seats, but if we also make them the right way, the people behind, you know, we can not also get in the way, because as more and more ACES events move over there,